All right, guys, how you doing? Welcome to our 4th annual #United end of season awards. And who'd have thought I'd be doing it from my office over Zoom? It wasn't the way we wanted to do it. Obviously, the last 3 years we've hosted it at the Google studios, the YouTube studios in London. But that obviously wasn't an option this year around, so we've had to do it a little bit differently. It's great to see everyone here, of course. We haven't really seen each other much over the last few months, apart from a few quizzes here and there. But the good news is we're starting to train again now. So we're going to start to pick things up, albeit at a safe social distance. Unfortunately, that means there's no drinks on us this year. There's no after party, but we'll have to make next year's one extra special. These are historic awards though, guys, not just because we're doing it over the internet on Zoom, but also because it's the last time we'll have an awards that just celebrates the work of a men's team. If you've been watching the channel and paying attention to social media the last few months, you guys will know that we've added not only a women's team, but also a youth setup to #United. The club is stronger than ever, and we'll be recognising their contributions at next year's awards as well, once they've finished their first season as #United. So some of your usual awards are back. There's a lot of fan-voted awards, as well as club-voted awards and player-voted awards as well. We've got a brand new one, so make sure you stay to the end. We'll be unveiling the fan-voted best all-time #11. First time we're doing it this year, and we'll be adding to it every single year. There's no beating around the bush though. It's been a tough year, certainly a tough end to the year. It's actually a very good year in terms of football. I was really impressed with what we were able to achieve. Obviously it ended early, prematurely. The season was null and voided, which is still hard to take, I'm going to be honest. Still hard to take, particularly when we had the best points per game in the league and every chance of promotion, a second successive promotion, and 2 semi-finals in the cup, which we often forget about as well. So listen, regardless of the fact the season didn't end, we've got to give everyone a round of applause and say well done to a fantastic season, really. Honestly, everything we had to do, we did well. Of course, understandably, football had to take a back seat, and our thoughts go out to anyone affected in this hard time, of course. We're lucky that we still get to come together, and we're going to get to play football again very soon. Hopefully, we're waiting to find out exactly when. But there's still a lot of things to celebrate, and that's what tonight is all about. Not just the individual performances of certain players, but also the status of the club. The fact that we're so much stronger, the new announcements, some really good performances on the pitch, some great stuff off the pitch. And of course as well, this was the season directly after our Academy Series 2, and we saw not just the winner Josh Asude, but lots of lads come into the team and perform really well, so that's something to celebrate. Before we crack on with the awards, guys, I'd like to bring Devs in if I can, and just have a little chat with you about how we've got to where we are and how you're feeling about the season that has finished. And I know you've had an issue with your eye as well, Devs. You might want to explain to anyone watching at home.
Yeah, I'm not winking at you. I detached my retina about 3 weeks ago, so I needed some emergency surgery. So yeah, I'm still blind in that eye at the moment. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one the last few weeks. Not very pleasant, and probably the only good thing to have come out of this situation for me is that I haven't missed any football. So yeah.
We appreciate you joining us, of course, mate, and obviously hope it all recovers as soon as possible. But yeah, thanks for still joining us for it. Talk to me about last season. You know, it feels weird even calling it a season because it didn't actually complete, but had a bit of time to reflect now. What are your main emotions looking back on it?
It's just very surreal, isn't it? I think for everyone, not helped by things going on in other parts of the football world where there's not been a consistency applied across the board. So I think really just as you get to the point where you're looking forward, something happens that changes, just a couple of steps up on the pyramid that makes you think, well, were decisions made, a little bit hastily? But it is what it is. It's the same for everyone. We're by no means the only people in that position. And I think very much so now the focus is on next season when that gets to happen, when we get to play again, and moving forward and progressing still.
One thing I should acknowledge before we crack on as well is it's great not just to have so many players in here. We've got the extended family of # in here. We've got family members. We've got fans that have been great supporting us, all over home and away games across the season. So great to see you guys in here. Okay, we're ready. First award of the night. So this one, the first few awards aren't going to be hard to guess them. There's going to be top goal scorer and most assists. So we're going to start with top goal scorer. And to announce the winner of this award is the man who won it last year, who got a little bit of help in the firepower situation this year. But I'd love to welcome Neil Richmond to come and join us and present the winner of our top goal scorer or Golden Boot Award, whatever you want to call it. So how did you feel? Obviously, last season, first season non-league, we were very, very reliant on you for your goals, and you obviously got top goal scorer. And this year, you had to share a little bit of that shouldering of the goal scoring responsibility. And how's that been for you?
I don't know about sharing. I think he stole it from me, didn't he?
Well, yeah, you didn't have much of a choice in the matter, but
first, I think. No, I can't really argue with what he's done, can I? It's obviously difficult not playing, isn't it? When you've played, well, I've played pretty much everywhere I've been. So it was difficult at first, but then obviously going into the management side with Debs and Joe, I've learnt a lot on the sideline. So yeah, it was okay.
And I think you've got the winner for us, but I think you've also got the top 3 scorers. So would you like to announce them to everyone, please, mate?
Yeah, I've got top 3 with some stats as well. So in third place, 8 goals in 9 games with 0.89 goals per game from midfield was Tom Anderson.
And we can give a round of applause.
Love it, Tom.
That is unreal. To score that many goals that quickly. To be third in the season, and you've only been for about less than a third of the season. Unbelievable, Tom Anderson. Well done, mate.
Right, in second place, with 11 goals in 29 games, with a ratio of 0.38 goals per game, again from midfield, is Ross Gleed.
Roster for Gleed. And before you announce the winner, which I think everyone knows anyway, I'm going to show you what he's winning. We haven't done this before, but I should say before, the trophies are a little bit different this year. For obvious reasons, we've had to be a bit creative with them, and we haven't had as much time to prepare. So we've tried to be a little bit different with what we're giving out. But this is what our top goal scorer is getting. Take a look at this. It is the Golden Boot, and I'll turn it on its side in a minute once Richo's revealed the winner, and you'll see the plaque that's on there. But the Golden Boot, Richo, is going to who?
It's quite obvious, I think, now, but we'll just go through his stats before he announces who it is. He's got 26 goals in 34 games. That's a ratio of 0.76 goals per game, and it's obviously George Smith.
I don't know how well you can see over Zoom, but it says #United Golden Boot 2019-20 George Smith. So George, this will be going to you, mate. Have we got a few words from Smudger himself?
I'm here.
This won't have come as a surprise to you, George. But how does it feel? First season at the club, gets the Golden Boot.
First of all, that's unreal, by the way. That is actually unreal. But yeah, no, personally for me, I think it's been, as well as scoring goals, it's just been my most enjoyable season as a whole. And that's purely down to the club as it is, the people in the club, etc. and that. So it's just the goals is a bonus to me, but for actually enjoying my football, it's just, that's all I care about. So yeah, but I'm buzzing.
And looking ahead to next season, are you hungry for more? You want to be winning this for a second season in a row?
Spen, I'm always hungry. I'm starving.
You're starving.
I missed dinner at all.
Well, listen, normally we'd have you in person, we'd give you this and you'd get a photo of it or not. We'd have to wait a little bit longer for that to give it to you in person. But congratulations to George Smith. Shout out to Lewis Preston for getting this made as well. Still smells beautiful. It smells of gold and goals.
That's lit.
That's what I smell like.
LP doing up Art Attack, bro. Feels sick.
Okay, moving on to assists now. Last year, of course, this was won by Harry Honesty, who I think was having a very good time at the awards last year. I don't know if you guys remember, if you haven't seen the video, but he was loving it on stage. Harry, you've not won it this year, but you are here to present the new winner of most assists.
I think we'll find, if we count up the assists, it's quite hard for you to actually figure out. If people take guesses, I don't think many people would have got it. And the winner is Jesse Waller Lassie!
Done, Jesse. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we ask you a few questions, Jesse, I'll just reveal in third place, level in third actually, was Josh Asude and Samraj Gill, who both obviously came out of the academy, both had 8 assists for the season. Let's give them a round of applause as well, guys. If you're not on mute. And second was Smudger, the man that got the most goals, got the second most assists. George Smith, 9 assists in 34 games, so well done, Smudger.
That's everyone that plays about the arse as well.
Happens, stop now. But Jesse, it was very impressive, mate. It wasn't just 11 assists, but it was 11 assists in 18 games, which is an unbelievable return. So this is your award. It's a personalised picture. You can see here, it says #United most assists, Jesse Wallace. I'll show you on the camera here.
Oh, nice.
Got a picture of you playing, done by a really good designer as well. So you're going to get that next time we see you, mate. How was your kind of half season, the hashtag?
I mean, there were some crazy games. Obviously, it was so weird going from not playing competitive football to playing competitive football again. I think it was almost a bit of a shock towards the beginning of the season, and obviously came in a little bit late as well, missed most of pre-season. So it was a bit of a shock, but there were some amazing games in there. Like I really enjoyed parts of the season, and then obviously didn't enjoy other parts so much. Like when especially like you said at the beginning, the weather got so bad and the pitches got so bad that it affected me more than I thought it would. But there were some massive highlights in there for sure. Yeah,
and listen, you're saying you missed pre-season and whatnot, but you took absolutely no time to get going. You know, you made your mark really quick. So it's been an absolute pleasure having you last season. How are you feeling now? You know, we completely respect it. You wanted some time away. And obviously we've seen a little bit of you. You've been doing some football coaching sessions for us on Instagram and stuff. I know the first thing that all the fans watching in this Zoom chat and watching on YouTube as well are going to ask, which is, we likely to see Jesse again in a hashtag shirt, no pressure?
Definitely in some capacity. I mean, I've spoken to devs little bits, and it's even weirder than it should be with what's going on. We don't know when the season's coming back or how it will, but definitely want to try and juggle the coaching and playing. But I'm definitely going to be back in some capacity. Plan to be there pre-season or during season, whatever it's going to be, and then go from there. But definitely in some capacity, I'm going to be involved for sure.
Great stuff, Jesse. It's a fantastic contribution you made this season. We wouldn't have been where we were in the league without your goals and assists as well. So another round of applause, Jesse.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done, Jesse.
So now we're going to get into the ones that are a little bit less known. Who's going to win them? We're going to start off with goal of the season. Okay, presenting this award tonight is the man who's kind of had the award named after him because he's won it not once but twice previously. Charlie Morley, he didn't have the opportunity to play as much as he probably would have liked this season and therefore defend his trophy of scoring great goals, but he is going to be awarding it to someone else tonight. So Charlie, are you there, mate?
I'm going to say the contenders for this season were arguably better than last season. I think there are some incredible goals scored this season. Unfortunately, obviously I wasn't involved in that. But next season I will be. Even if I score one, it'll be a good one.
That's a Ricky Evans stat, isn't it? Good one a season. All right, brilliant, mate. Listen, pleasure to have you presenting this award. Can you reveal who finished in third place for us?
I can.
Fan voted, guys. Don't forget, fan voted.
So in third place with 16.3% of the vote is Jesse Wallace versus Frenford.
Jesse, good goal. Should we have a little watch of it?
Smith gets the throw in off of Martin. Finds Jesse in the edge of the box. Can Jesse get a shot off? Oh, he beats his man very well indeed. Hits it! Jesse! And what a goal that is! Jesse Wallace! What a strike and what a way to announce your arrival at the club, Jacko.
Is that your debut?
Yeah. First game, debut.
Not a bad way to say you missed pre-season. You come to that first game. We don't talk about the result though. Who came second, Charlie?
So in second place with 16.6% of the vote is Ross Gleed versus Sawbridgeworth Town.
Gleedy and Jesse standing over it again. Gleedy's going to hit it! Whoa, he's done it again! Oh. This man cannot stop scoring free kicks. And Cav Clark has conceded against hashtag.
Round of applause for Ross Gleed. Great free kick. Yeah, who finished? Who got it? Who's won it, Charlie?
And in first position with 23.1% of the vote, and he's going to need a bigger trophy cabinet, is George Smith versus Cockfosters.
Now giving Ricky something to deliver into George Smith, who's going to try and take it down in the box. Oh! Fabulous goal! Delivery from Ricky Evans was on point, but the touch was unbelievable, and the finish second to none.
Double whammy. The double win for Smudger, and this is what you're getting. Bang. Goal of the season. Smudger, there's a bit of reflection there, but you can see it's a lovely picture again of you doing what you do. So it's your second award of the night, George. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, considering the contenders for goal of the season was tough. It was tough. So to come away with that, I'm buzzing.
Is it the best goal you've ever? Because one of the first goals you scored for us was actually not really caught on camera. It was in a pre-season game. I remember it's like an overhead kick. Was this better than that? And was it the best goal you've ever scored?
He's definitely up there, but I think I prefer the one in pre-season over that one. But because there's a lot of skeptical about it being, everyone says it's handball. Apparently, it's hit my hand, but I don't think it's hit my hand. But the absolute strike on it, though, I can't complain.
You can't complain. It's a very good goal, mate. Well, listen, we hope to see plenty more of them from you next season. But well done. Second award of the night. George Smith, everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Well, Smudge.
We're going to mix it up a little bit now. And this award is going to be for Fan of the Season. This is a way of saying thank you to the people, obviously, off the pitch who allow us to do what we do. You know, we've got a lot of fans who watch us online, which is amazing. But the fans who come and make that connection with us in real life, you know, are really, really, really valued at this club. Is a lot of you on this Zoom call right now we've got to meet over the last few years and create those friendships with. So that's what I love about this club personally, is that we have got that wide fan base all over the world. But we've actually, if people come and watch us, and it is still a very, you know, grassroots level of football, you can come and you can have that you know, meet the players and get to know them as we have done in the past. So we really value our fans. We really appreciate the effort they put in coming to support us. So last year's winner of this award was the man known as #Alfie himself. Can you tell us a little something about who's won it this year, Alfie?
Right, fan of the season. Like I said, it's not me, tragic, but honestly, this person does genuinely deserve this award a million times over. This is someone who is at all the games since the first, certainly a large amount of the games since the first season, this season, and since then has then gone on to set up a fantastic Twitter account, and even more recently than that, the #United fan zone. I mean, if that hasn't given it away, it is of course the fantastic Tony Stratton. So congratulations, Tony.
Tony!
Thanks, everyone.
How you doing, Tony?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks.
Congratulations, mate. You are.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed.
Deserved.
Yeah, it's been a really good season, and as on behalf of every fan that goes, I mean, made some great friends. Matt and his son Colin, also Angela, Ruben, Ben, and everyone else who comes along. And also, I would like to say a big shout out to Luke, because he done a brilliant bike ride just recently for the Cystic Fibrosis Trust. So well done to Luke on that. And anyone who has supported the fanzine, thank you as well. It's been a pleasure to do it, and it's been fun because I've never done anything like it before. So and the magazine is now live, the summer edition, so check that out as well if you get a chance. But thanks ever so much for the award, and let's hope that next season brings us more trophies.
Definitely. Well said, Tony. Yeah. And listen, if you guys watching at home want to see a bit more about #, but from a fan perspective, check it out. We'll leave a link in the description. I'm just going to get your award. I think it's outside. Stay there. Oh, that's it. It's down there. Here you go. This is what you're getting, Tony.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant.
Signed shirt from everyone at the club. And
nice.
Deserves it, mate. So well done. Man of the club.
Thanks very much.
Thanks,
everyone.
The next award is another one for someone off the pitch. We call it the #Hero Award, and it goes to people that have helped us at the club, you know, whether they're staff members or whether they've been behind the scenes doing something that kind of goes above and beyond. And last year's winners were my parents, I believe, Steve and Cindy CB. This year's winner, I don't think is on the call. I don't think he's been able to join us, but it's a very worthy winner in my opinion. I'm going to tell you why this person has won this award. There's only a couple people really that can say they are true originals of #United, and you'll understand what I mean. That we use that phrase a lot. Even people that have joined us at New League, we call originals. Sometimes we obviously refer to people that started on YouTube with us as originals. But even before that, we'll try and insert a dodgy picture here. #FC, as it was called at the time, was a 7-a-side team in London back in 2012. And there was a couple people from that team that continued to play on YouTube, but only a few have lasted the course, along with myself, of course. And this man is one of them. He's pretty much done everything you can do, and he's done more than me, to be honest, because he's made an appearance for the first team in the non-league journey, which I never did. He's, like I say, he's been there since the start. He's travelled up and down the country to come to games. He has gone on to work at #United, And in that capacity has done a number of different roles, whether it's editing videos, managing an esports team, traveling all over the world to help that all go along, and also play a lot of football with me in the Sunday team as well. We won't talk about his one game for the first team in non-league because it was, I think I'm right in saying it's our biggest defeat ever. But let's not put that all on his shoulders. There was a lot of people responsible. And he's presented a lot of content for us. In my opinion, he's one of the most underappreciated people from the kind of wider world that don't understand how much he's done at the club. So you've probably guessed who it is. The winner of the #Hero Award this year is Wes Tanser.
Absolute legend.
You want out from shot? The white they can too.
Shuri, do you want to do it on his behalf and do an impression of him for us, Shuri? Do your best Wes voice. No
Hello, Matt.
Is that
No, where? Buzzing, Matt.
Yes, Alex.
Love that.
That's the
No,
end.
where? Matt.
Want out from shot?
Love that. Thank you, Sven, Matt.
Oh.
That's all right, mate. Sure is
Legend, Matt.
Oh.
Love all you guys. Oh, man. We love Wes. Yeah, I've done that.
Very good. What does Tyson Fury have to say about it?
I'd fight him, but I wouldn't fight Wes, because Wes is a menacing figure, right? Don't mess with Wes, all right? Great, he's a great man. Right, I'm done.
That's for Fury, everybody, by the way, as well.
Brilliant.
That's incredible.
But yeah, we'll catch up with you soon, Wes, but you're going to get this bad boy, another signed shirt, so thank you for all you do. Wes Tanser. Lovely stuff. Speaking of Wes as well on esports, we're not doing an esports player of the year, despite the fact that a few of the lads are in the chat right now tonight. Main reason for that is because when we were putting these awards together, we didn't know what was happening with the FIFA season. It hadn't been, which it now has been officially kind of ended. So we thought there was going to be some competitive events to come. There is actually a couple of kind of unofficial events still to come. So we're going to see what happens with them. And when the kind of FIFA season ends, which will be sort of August time, we will announce the winner. But Shuri, who just did the impersonations there, is currently the reigning champion, of course. So he's got that to defend. But we'll give a round of applause to all our esports boys. It's actually been one of our best years this year. And unfortunately, just like the football teams, we didn't get to finish it. Well done, boys. Back to the on-pitch stuff now. The next award is going to be for the best new signing, okay? So obviously this is only eligible for people that have joined the club in this season we've just had. And we're going to ask my brother Seb, of course, to award this one. So Seb, take it away.
Thank you very much, Spencer. Sorry, what was that? Oh, this. Oh, it's, how did that get there? It's just my award from a couple of years ago, actually. Don't know why that's there. But yeah, thanks for asking, Spen. Appreciate that. Good to see you all, guys. Absolutely. This is an important award because we have had a huge amount of new players come through, consistently improving and growing the hashtag family. And this award has been supported over the last couple of years by our friends at Football Manager. So once again, I want to take them a massive opportunity to give them a really big thanks for all the support they give us for the club. And also for keeping us entertained during lockdown. I know a few of us have been playing FM to make the hours tick on by. And also, you would have seen the season stat packs they've done for us, so massive thanks to that also. So this award was put to a public vote, lots and lots to pick from, some new signings, the guys from the academy. The public really had their options here, but the top three were, in third place with 18.7% of the vote was Jesse Waller-Lassen. Round of applause for Jesse. In second place was Tom Anderson.
Oh, what?
Absolutely incredible impact in such a short space of time. But that does mean the winner is, and Tom Anderson with 19% of the vote, if I didn't say that. The winner is with 24.9% of the vote. He's going to need a bit more wall space, I think. It is George Smith.
Roger.
Is that true? Roger, you're gonna have to move, mate. You're gonna have to find some more room.
I've just moved rooms. I've got absolute wall space over here.
But you're gonna need it because this is what you've got. It's another framed shirt for the season. We have got a new home shirt coming next season as well, so this will be a collector's item, pal. So congratulations, mate. 3 awards. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm speechless. I can't lie. I don't know what to say. But I'm buzzing.
Obviously, you had a lot of other new faces for you to get used to as a new signing yourself. And how was that? Because you're not only just a new signing, you're someone that played against us last year for Coggeshall, of course. So how was that adaptation process for you?
Well, I spoke about it with the boys. Like, I thought coming in, like, it was just going to be a bit like, not awkward, but just a bit different, like a bit eerie around, like in the change room and stuff. But like, considering like the first time I come in, they just welcomed me with open arms, and it was just quality, and I just settled in straight away, and I just felt like home.
George Smith, absolute clean up, mate. And thank you to Seb for presenting that one. Okay, the next award, guys, is a new award that we're introducing for this year, and it's going to be for Young Player of the Season. Now, as we develop as a club and as we grow as a club, this is something that, you know, youth is something we can really focus on, particularly now that we've got this youth setup as well. Theoretically, there will come a time, hopefully, when a player could play all the way from under fives all the way through to the men's or women's team, which is fantastic. Obviously, no one's been able to do that yet, but we do want to start recognising the role youth plays. We start giving young players a chance. We're going to have a reserve side next year for the men's team as well, which will be youth orientated. So definitely something we want to celebrate. This year, we decided to include players under or 21 or under for this category. So that was the qualification process, 21 years old or younger. It was decided by Devs, the manager. He's voted for this one. And to present it, someone who just missed out on being eligible for it, club captain Jack Harrison.
Oh,
hello, mate.
Only just missed out. Yeah, by a few.
Sorry, I'm just taking in that hair. It's quite a Trump got going there.
Look, it is literally before lockdown. I said I needed a haircut, then didn't get one. I think it's been 6 months now, so it's looked better.
Okay, brilliant. Right, well, can you reveal the winner of the first ever #Young Player of the Season?
I can, and because I work from home, I've got a little envelope sent through with very much like the Oscars and stuff like that.
Very good.
Thank you very much. I thought you'd be impressed with that. So the winner of the Young Player of the Year is Mr. Jack Martin.
Cheers, boys.
One Jack to another. Jack Martin, how do you feel, pal?
Can you hear me?
Yes, mate. How do you feel?
Yeah. No, good. Yeah, good thing to win. Obviously, I am the youngest in the team, so started off when I was 17 when I first joined. Now I'm 18, almost 19. So, yeah, pretty good award to win. Obviously, I played under coaches, played with players that don't trust young players, so it's been good. Obviously, I think I've impressed Devs, hopefully.
Definitely, mate.
Yeah.
He's chosen the winner of the award, so he's done something right.
So.
Just like I mentioned with Smodger a minute ago, you were the same. You played against us last year, and then you sort of came through the academy process. You came to that first trial, you impressed, but then you weren't actually able to take part in later episodes. So that's why some of the audience wouldn't have been familiar with you. But obviously, Devs' eye, and you were invited to be part of pre-season. And then talk to me about how that was for you getting involved and joining the team.
Well, obviously, I didn't because I didn't go through to as far as I could go through into the academy. I wasn't so close with a lot of the academy players, so I was kind of like in between the first team, the originals who played last season, and this season with the academy boys. So, but straight in there, it's a big family #. So straight in there, easy welcoming. So happy days, basically. And
you came in obviously to a team as a left back with. Our most experienced player is a left back in terms of the level he's played at, which is Tom Williams, of course. And then he suffered a pretty significant injury. So I think I'd probably be right to say that you ended up getting maybe more game time than you may have expected. But you had the benefit of still learning from Tom, who was there as a coach. How was that working with Willow and kind of being thrust into first team duty?
Yeah, to be fair, I've been lucky almost, where obviously Joe Keeper's come in, obviously Devs as the gaffer as well, and obviously with Tom as well. Obviously, they're all left backs, all back in the day, pro, semi-pro, everything. So it's almost the best club to be if I want to go any higher. So yeah, I've been pretty lucky in that circumstance. I think with obviously Tom, I've been speaking to Tom and everything, obviously getting little tips off him. So I've been lucky in that stance. So yeah.
And being a young player, obviously, you've not just had to juggle, playing with everything else, but also your studies as well. You've been able to keep up with them.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with them, but obviously with all my A-levels being cancelled this year, I've been lucky, so basically I've been sitting around playing loads of Warzone, basically, so that's it.
Warzone and TikTok?
Yeah, basically, TikTok and Warzone, that's what it is.
Well, congratulations, Jack, worthy winner, and you've got this bad boy coming to you, #United Best Young Player, so we'll get that over to you as soon as we can, mate.
Yeah, love it.
Done. Jack Martin, everyone.
Oh, Jack.
Cheers.
Well done, Jack.
Well done, Jack.
Get the Maggie out now, mate.
The next one's a big one, guys. Next one is the Players' Player of the Season. It's one of the awards that you're going to want to win probably the most to know that you've been voted by your fellow players as the winner. And obviously this is voted for by the players, so there's only a number of votes that go to everyone in the first team. The person that's going to present this one is someone who knows the players very well, someone that's in and around the players, someone that would probably consider himself a player of sorts. Lewis Preston.
Thank you very much. I wouldn't say I'm quite a player. I mean, I probably could play a few levels above, but we won't get into that now. Obviously, we all know what happened in Atlanta. But again, if you want to see that, link might be in the description. It might not. I'm editing the video. We'll see. So yeah, obviously, to be quite frank, I do want to say now, if Smudger does win this, do not quit the call. We do have more stuff going on, so don't quit. But yeah, so let me see what I've got on my computer. I have them here. I've got a few other dodgy tabs open. I need to shut down quickly. So
I can see a reflection of some sort of goal.
I've got a hashtag playing in the back there as well. I was hoping you couldn't see my screen. But
you should have had your clip of Atlanta on loop, just you getting injured. He wants to play more in a hashtag shirt, and he's going to try and beat his man for pacing. Not going to get away with it. Goes to win the tackle, slides unorthodoxly, and I think he's injured himself.
Someone's already got it on Twitter. He typed my name in and it already comes up. Anyway, enough about me. So, in third place with 14% is George Smith.
Smudger doesn't win this one.
That's magic. Thank God for that. Everyone else is sitting there thinking. Sorry, mate. I love you. Okay. In second place is with 27%. Bryce Ngannou.
Okay. Former winner.
Born the postman.
And so that means in first place, someone who I actually find really attractive. We call him the Greek god. It's Ross Glede.
Hey, Rossy Glede.
Ross, congratulations, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for that.
How's it feel? First award for hashtag?
Yeah, it is. No, it's nice. It's nice to be noticed by obviously all the boys that you play with week in, week out. So yeah, I appreciate that, boys.
How was this season for you, mate? Because obviously everyone is frustrated with the way it ended. You had some real positive moments, of course. You were one of the highest voted on the goal of the season, just missing out to Smudger. But you added goals to your game a lot this year. You played probably more in midfield. Is that something that you'd say is fair?
Yeah. No, I mean, Smudger can thank me later for giving him some of the pens later on in the season. But apart from that, no, yeah, scoring goals. I mean, I know I've got it in me, so yeah, I appreciate everything. So yeah, it's been good.
I think it's a big statement from the players that you win Players Player when you actually missed a fair amount of the season for injury. You know, would you have loved to have been able to play a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, taking that injury was a bit of a sucker punch, really, especially doing it in training and the way I've done it. But we won't get into that. So,
what are your thoughts towards next season, Ross? You know, the motivation there to come back and kind of double down on what we missed out on last year and go again?
Yeah, I can't wait. And obviously, I'm just looking for promotion again. So that's what I want.
Brilliant stuff. Ross, this is what you're going to get. This is the Players Player Award. It's a lovely picture of you smacking on your left foot. It's what you do best. So we'll get that to you as soon as we can.
Lovely. Cheers, Ben. Cheers, boys.
Round of applause. The next one is going to be the Fans Player of the Season, obviously voted for by the fans. Now, the man that's going to present this one is the man who won it last year. He wasn't an option this year. He was actually annoyed with me that I didn't put him as a voting option, despite the fact that he didn't play a single minute due to injury. We know, of course, it's Jacko. How are you, mate? Oh, it's a Dothraki, if I've ever seen one. Hello?
I'm joking, Spencer.
Okay, good. How you doing, mate?
Brilliant.
Looks like it. You're not up for this award? Did that annoy you?
What's the award for?
Fans Player of the Season, the one you won last year, mate.
Don't want nothing to do with it.
Why's that?
Any awards. I know in my own mind if I've done all right or not.
You're going for the Oscar as Aquaman anyway, aren't you?
Very good.
It's a good look, mate. How are you feeling, though, in yourself in terms of recovery? You know, again, unlike Jack, who's still a little bit behind you in his recovery, you were pretty much ready to go and you'd been training and then obviously the season ended. So how did that feel for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was close. In all honesty, I could have done with more time. Me and Deb's had a few conversations about it. We was actually talking about me going and having some games elsewhere just to kind of get some football. But I mean, we're near on 11 months now since I had the break. So it's been a long time, frustrating, tough. It's hard watching and not being able to be involved. Despite all the moaning and groaning, I've always loved being in and around the change rooms, even when I'm not playing. So it's just been quite tough, just not being about. So yeah, it's been a long time. I was getting there. I was almost ready, but yeah, frustrating. But hopefully, it gives me the opportunity to come back reinvigorated and 100% fit pre-season, whenever pre-season may be.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, it was always great to have you at the games you were able to get down to, because you make a big difference. But personality-wise, you missed, and I think you're a player that's always got a chance of winning an award like this if you're playing, because you're very popular with the fans as well. Have you Googled where Pitsea is yet? Because it might be a little bit further than Tilbury. Just letting you know. I don't know if the Google Maps.
Well, I have actually been there twice, pre-season last season, and obviously I've done a commentary this season just gone. Where we got turned over, unfortunately. So in fact, I've been there twice and we got beat twice. But yeah, it's a nice facility. It's not exactly close. It's socially distanced from where I live. But that's been the bright side, to be honest with you. Everyone's staying 2 meters away from me. At least I haven't got to tell the boys now every Saturday to stop shaking my hand.
Every cloud. Right. Without further ado, would you please give us the top 3 for the fans' player of the season, mate?
Well, not to be outdone by Jack Harrison. He had an envelope. I've got a box.
Oh, wow. Decent.
There's nothing in it. I'm just going to pretend that there's something in the box. So, third, possibly my third favourite player this season, with 8.9% of the vote, is Josh Asude.
Joshua Asude, everyone. Academy winner.
Well done, Josh.
Third player of the season. Well done, Josh.
Second, in the running for Fans Player of the Year, possibly my second favourite player of the year, and I'm quite glad he hasn't won yet another award, is Mr. George Smith with 13.7% of the votes.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very close to a couple more awards tonight. It could have been an absolute whitewash. Who's won it then, Jacko?
Well, first, it's probably my player of the year as it goes. Probably my first favourite player of the season. He's a good lad. He's very hairy. He's done well this season. He's stepped up. He's captained the side when he had to, and I've been really impressed with this guy, Mr. Ross Gleed. 4.7% of the vote.
Thank you very much, Jacko. Gleedy, you've doubled it, mate. You've got another one. Not just the players' player, but also the fans' player. 34.7%. How do you feel, mate?
Another great one, to be fair, to be noticed by all the fans, especially the boys that come down week in, week out. We appreciate you a lot as well, and everyone that watches all around the world. So thanks, boys. And Jacko, if you can send me that box, I'd appreciate it. I want to put that up on the wall.
This is mine. This comes to bed with me. It stays under my pillow, Rostafa.
Have you got a message for the fans next season, Ross?
Yeah, just keep supporting us, keep following us. We're only on the up, so yeah, we'll try and give it everything and go again next season.
Fantastic season from you, Ross. Double award, very much deserved. So, Ross Gleed, everyone.
Well done, Rostafa.
Well done, Ross. How do you feel about me calling you Rostafa all the time, by the way? Does that annoy you? Because I can stop it.
No, I think you probably will.
He's my spirit animal. I'll get away with it. Right, okay. This is what you're getting, by the way. I forgot to show you. There's another frame shirt like Smudge has got, so you can put that in. We won't be wearing that anymore because we've got a new home shirt, so
Lovely.
Enjoy that. Well done, Gleedy. Okay, we have one more individual award for the night, and it is the big one. It's always the one we do last. Manager's Player of the Season. Obviously, this one we'll be going back over to Debs for. Jack Harrison won it last year, if you remember. In fact, I'll give you a stat before we hear the winner. So far, because it was formerly known as the Chairman's Player of the Year, there's been 3 winners, and every winner so far has been a centre-back in defence, okay? Will that continue? Over to Debs to find out. In fact, before I do that, I'll show you what you're going to get. Rich Beck, 2016. Sam Adams, 2017. Jack Harrison, 18-19. We went to proper football seasons. And then The new winner is engraved underneath my hand now. Devs, what are you saying?
Yeah, so we're breaking with tradition a little bit this year. For the first time, it won't be a centre half. Although I would like to point out that I'd like to kind of give a special mention to one of our centre halves, Farai, who I think had an excellent season. I think shown in our closest come in some of the other awards, and actually he was a worthy winner last year. But I spoke to him a lot, and to some extent he's been a little bit of a victim of his own success this year, because I think he's improved, and a lot of that is because the real good work he does, you don't necessarily see. Whereas last year, a lot of his work was about recovery and things like that. This year, it's been more about, putting out fires before they start. Him, along with some others, I think are worthy mentions without giving it away, but who has won. But the person I've chosen alongside with my management team is someone who we brought in as a new signing at the beginning of the season, and I think fitted into the changing room so easily, so well. Helped that he's a clown. I think he's grown and improved throughout the season, and I think there's he's still really young, and there's still loads more to come from him as well. So we're excited for what it'll bring to us. But my player of the season, the management team's player of the season for this year, is George Smith.
Georgie Smith.
How does it feel, mate?
Wait, sorry, something popped up. Oh yeah, no, I'm buzzing. Considering I actually get quite a lot of banter from the gaffers, I was not expecting that one at all. Like, especially from Devs and Keithy, they do give me a lot of stick, but it's what is it? I can't even figure it out. I can't do speeches. I can't lie.
He does goals. That's what he does.
It's called tough love, George.
Yeah. So it's just constructive criticism kind of thing. So, and it's only going to make me improve as a player, and I can't put it into words really. I'm gassed.
Listen, I know you've scored a lot of goals at previous clubs as well, but 4 awards. I think you cleaned up in your awards at Coggeshall last year as well, maybe. But you've got a bit of a habit of winning a lot of awards. You've got another one today. I think it's 4. George Smith, you can see your name is now historically, I'll show you there, engraved in there. You can just about see it.
Yeah, that's ledge.
It down the line. So Rich Beck, Sam Adams, Jack Harrison, and now George Smith, esteemed company for the player of the year there from the manager. So well done, George. You've dominated proceedings tonight, and we look forward to that continuing in the future. But I know there's some players on this call that want to take some of these awards off you next year, and I look forward to seeing who gets them.
But no, all thanks to the players as well, because without them, I wouldn't have been as good as I was. So I appreciate it, and we go again next season. Well, all I'm saying is we're going to win the league.
Have you got a message to Gleedy about penalties? Because he mentioned that earlier.
He can have them back when I miss it. When I miss again, but I don't want to talk about the Frenford miss though.
Well, you just did.
But I don't think Jacko will like it as well, considering he went down that way. Said he got 2 losses, didn't he?
Yeah, well, we've got to recover. We've got to sort out our record at that pitch next season, because it's our new home place. So we've got to get some wins there. Ideally, one at the start of the season. Let's really make an agreement now. Let's try not to lose the first game of the season next year, boys, because it'd be nice. I mean, there's no guarantees, but it'd be nice to start with not a loss. Yeah. Well done, Smudger.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks,
George. Well played, mate.
Okay. We have one last thing to do, which is a new feature, which we're going to do every single year now. Some of you might be wondering about the Hall of Fame that we introduced last year as well. We decided not to induct a Hall of Fame person this year because of the way the season ended. We're definitely going to do it next year. We might even do 2, depending on how things go. But it is going to be a continued feature. But because we didn't actually finish the season, we're going to not induct someone into it this year. But there will be plenty more people joining it in the future. What we are doing is our all-time squad, or hashtags best 11. This is something that I've always wanted to do. It's something that actually is in the game, Football Manager, who obviously sponsor our club. And it's one of the things when I played the game, some of you may have seen me doing quite a lot recently with some of you at hashtag. I look forward to every year at the end of the season seeing who the fans have voted in to the best all-time 11. There's a load of different factors you can use, as I mentioned to our fans when we launched this. It could be your favourite player. It could be the players you think are the best players to ever play in the shirt, the players that have contributed the most. It's completely open to the fans, They choose who goes in this team. All we did was give them positions to vote on so we could make an 11 out of it, which is what we've done. So I'm going to reveal the team to you guys one position at a time. And then there is a substitutes bench as well of people that just didn't make it but are still considered legends. Now, of course, we're only 4 years old, this football club, 4.5 years now. It's going to get harder every single year to make your way in or keep your spot if you're already on there. But this is the first and will always be the first ever all-time 11. So if you're in here, you've done a bloody good job, if you're asking me. So, first position in the whole all-time 11 for hashtag United is the goalkeeper. And with 50 appearances for the club, 0 goals, the goalkeeper in the all-time 11 is Jamie Jackson. Congratulations.
Jacko.
So we've got Jacko in between the sticks. Who have we got at centre-back? 2 players who have formed a formidable centre-back partnership. Starting off with Captain Jack. Jack Harrison is in there, 62 appearances, 14 goals. Not bad for a centre-back, I think you'll agree. And alongside him, someone we've given some plaudits to tonight, and you can never give too many to. Farai Singano, 69 goals. That's the one goal, but a memorable goal for Farai, memorable goal against Newbury Forest. So, Jack Harrison and Farai centre-back partnership, great partnership. Left-back, we've had some great left-backs over the years. Haven't we? She doesn't probably know that I played left-back. But it's not me, and I'm still upset about this. The left-back that is in the all-time 11 is Mr. Tom Williams, 31 appearances, 2 goals. Is he on the chat? Is Willow in there?
Yeah, he's there.
He's there. See his hand.
Yes, there he is. Willow, congratulations, mate.
Eating sawdust.
I can't complain with that one. You've played a few levels higher than me, so we'll give you that. The right back in this team, we played him out of position, but I went on the votes and who had the most votes, and this person had got a lot of votes, so I felt it would be unfair to not accommodate them in this team. Don't know if they've ever played right back for us, but you'd be hard pushed to find a more legendary player at hashtag. Right back is the man mountain, Rich Beck. Right back, well done. His initials are RB, so it kind of works. 50 appearances for the club as well, 15 goals. The 2 central midfielders are both players who have come into the club in what we call Chapter 2. And they've already obviously earned a spot in the hearts of the fans because they are seen as the 2 most sort of legendary centre midfielders in our history, our short history. Starting off with a man we've talked about a fair bit tonight, 59 appearances, 14 goals, some from centre mid, some from left back. Ross Gleed. Well done, Ross.
Love it, Ross.
And partnering Ross Gleed in centre midfield is a man with only 2 appearances more, 61 appearances, 4 goals. He had to leave the club recently due to relocating himself for his job. Thank you, Jacko. But the man, of course, is Ricky Evans. Well done, Ricky.
What's up, man? Okay. Go on, Ricky.
We have Ricky Evans and Ross Gleed in centre mid. And I will say one thing, this reminds me a lot of a conversation I had with Devs when we started the non-league journey. And he said, give it a year and people will see these new boys as originals. And I think they do. And Ricky Evans really kind of embodies that because he's only actually spent, a season and a half at the club, but he's made a real impression. He's one of my favourite players. I think he's really, even since going back to Dubai, he's been really vocal and keeping the boys together. So he's a worthy recipient of that. Ahead of those 2 lads in centre mid, in the attacking centre mid, if you like, position, is a man with the least appearances for the club of anyone that's got into this team, but clearly made a big impression in those 13 appearances he made with just 3 goals. You have to remember the name Scott Pollock.
Icon.
What a hero. Just to remind you what you have to do. Remember the name, Scott Pollock. Okay. That comes through with the Zoom. Alex did that. That's the goat sound, but I didn't. Right. We're going to the front 3 now. We've got a front 3. Now, this player was voted in the team in a couple different positions, and he obviously plays in can play, depending on what formation you use, in different areas of the pitch, but definitely had enough votes to warrant the position in the team. He's not been around a long time, but he has clearly, again, made an impression and contributed particularly to one epic moment at the end of last season when I said this.
They said it couldn't be done. Well, it's been done, and it can't be undone.
And I can't undo this man being in the best 11. His name, Harry Honesty. Well done, Harry.
He's going to be gassed with that.
Hey. All-time 11, 68 appearances, 17 goals. He's left wing on this best 11. So, who's on the right wing? Well, this man needs no introduction. He has the most appearances in the history of #United. And I'll be honest, it's going to be some time before anyone catches him, unless I make a return. And I have been told by the new reserve manager that he's an option. So maybe I could play my way in. But this guy is as big a legend as you're going to get a #. 110 appearances, guys. 110 appearances. And only, by the way, Faris Ngannou is second on appearances with 69. That's the gap. Second most appearance in the history of # is 69. And 110 for this man. 50 goals exactly in those 110 appearances. Not a bad ratio for a man who's played in a number of positions for the club. Of course, I'm talking about Ryan Adams. Well done, Ryan. And the striker was one of the most popular choices in this best 11 in terms of consistently being put in people's 11s. 50 appearances for the club, but a whopping 63 goals in those 50 games. Of course, he's already in the Hall of Fame, so he has to be in the all-time 11. DB Dan Brown. Well done, Dan.
What a man. What a man.
So, that is the best 11. We'll iterate that every single season as more votes come in and new players come in. So if you're in there, it's your job to keep yourself in there. There's some people on the bench I'm about to reveal that could play themselves in there. They have a big season next year. And there's some new faces I'm sure we haven't even encountered yet. So the bench, goalkeeper is Andy Cade Watts, 44 appearances, 0 goals, of course, but that's just unfair to say. Well done, Andy. 2 fantastic goalkeepers in this squad. 2 defenders voted in, 51 appearances and 4 goals, 51 appearances and 5 goals. The similar records. The man with 4 goals, Sam Adams. So we've got the Adams brothers in there. Well done, Sam. Obviously, that's going back to some great performances he put in across of Chapter 1. As is the next, I say great performance. Maybe not great performances for the next guy, but just definitely performances. I did score 1 more than Sam. It's me. I've made it on the bench, people. Clap for me, please. I'm happy on the bench. There's no way I'm playing myself in. So take my spot.
I love that.
Take my spot. We've got 2 midfielders on the bench as well. With 53 appearances and 12 goals. It's one of the more capped players and a decent goal return. It's the Morley pig, Charlie Morley. Well done, my son. Charlie Morley. And also, again, just like Scott Pollock, this next player on the bench, not played a lot of games, but made a real impression in those games. Just 18 appearances, 7 goals. But we also know from earlier in these awards, a lot of assists. Jesse Waller-Lasson is there and ready to come on. That shows you guys. That shows you to make an impression with the fans. It's all about what you do and not necessarily for how long you've done it. You've got Scott Pollock and Jesse Waller-Lasson in this team. And they've only got, 31 appearances between them. And there's 2 strikers on the bench as well. First man has been talked about a lot tonight. 34 appearances, 26 goals. For the level he's playing at, and that's in 1 season, it's a very good return. Of course, it's smudger George Smith. Well done, George. I mean, you've got to be coming for Dan Brown. You've got to be looking at that, George. You've got to try and dethrone him. And also alongside George on the bench, another player who's quickly become a legend at the club, one of my favourites, 61 appearances, 28 goals. It's Richo, Neil Richmond. Well done. So anyone watching at home, that is your voted for all-time 11. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Did you have that exact 11? You've done very well if you did. And let us know who you think should be in it next year in the comments below. That's pretty much it from us, guys, for this awards. Thank you for joining us on Zoom. I know it's a little bit different to usual. It's not the way we would have done it if it was up to us, but I appreciate you all getting involved, and we're lucky that we have the sort of club where we can adapt and still give you guys the recognition you deserve, but also show the fans what we're all about. And for me personally, obviously it was a frustrating end to the season, but when we talk about what we do, I can only really review what we've done. And for me, it was another fantastic year, you know. I would have loved us to gone a little bit further in the Vars, and I know I'm not the only person to say that. The good news is we're hoping we might get another go at that. It's still going to come down to fixture congestion and what the powers that be decide. But the fact that we didn't go up might mean we get another chance at the Vars. My only real frustration from this season, because I think the performances were incredible. The challenge was there, a number of challenges, not just with the amount of injuries you guys had to deal with and the key players we lost. You know, we talked about the awards tonight, but we entered this season without our manager's player of the season and our fans player of the season. So those of you that came in and filled in for Jacko and Jack, and have now given them a challenge to see if they can get back in the side, to be honest, you've done fantastically well. And it's been an honour being at the helm of this club again with so many great people around me on and off the pitch. So I don't know about you guys, I'm bloody bored. I'm ready to go again. As soon as they let us do it and it's safe, let's go and let's make them regret the day they let us stay in this league for another season. And let's go and finish the job that we weren't able to finish. So, boys, absolute pleasure. Also got to thank all of our partners that make this possible. Football Manager, Adidas, we really appreciate the support and we look forward to next year. And, of course, the fans. We can't forget the fans that watch us, the guys that are in this chat, the guys that aren't in this chat that come to games every single match. It really makes a difference to have the people there that are cheering on a part of that experience, even though we know there's so many people across the world supporting as well. So you guys make this club what it is, and we've worked hard behind the scenes to expand and improve this club for you guys going into next season. So even more people wearing the hashtag badge next year. We cannot wait. And thank you very much for a great season, guys. Even though it didn't finish, I loved it. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Until next season, don't forget to hashtag it.
Hey.